Am I the asshole for refusing to give up my dog for my dad's fiancée and her son? I'm really upset about this right now. I'm 17F. My parents divorced when I was 12. It was really rough, they pretty much hate each other and still have trouble doing anything together where I'm concerned. I try not to talk about them to each other and just keep things separate. All the fighting and chaos was hard on me and was affecting my mood and school work when it was all going down, so my dad felt bad and let me have a dog to help me feel better. Someone nearby had Malamute puppies, so I picked out one and his name is Tycho and he's my best friend. Even on the weeks I'm with my mom I stop by after school every day to take him to the dog park to play and get his cuddles in. I love this dog. My dad started dating Melanie a few years ago. I don't really connect with her, we're just really different and she's way too touchy, but she makes my dad happy so whatever. Her son Ben, 9M, is autistic and needs a lot of accommodations. He gets really upset and has meltdowns when things change or are done differently. He's also really scared of Tycho even though as far as I know Tycho has never done anything to scare him. He's a really laid-back and well-behaved dog. Dad and Melanie recently got engaged and they want to go ahead and move her and Ben in so that they can get rid of their apartment and save money. My dad told me about it and said that since Ben is afraid of Tycho and needs a stable environment at home, Tycho is going to have to go somewhere else. My mom's townhouse doesn't have room for him and my grandparents aren't in good enough health to look after a big dog, so we would have to rehome him. I admit I didn't take it very well and we had a big fight. I told him that no way was I going to give up my dog and I'm going to college next year anyway so they can put off the move until the spring when I can find a place to take him with me. My dad says they need to do the move over the holidays and Ben is more important than a dog. I told him if he gives away my dog I'll never forgive him and that he obviously thinks Ben is more important than me, too. My dad is mad because I'm making this a choice between me and his fiancée basically. Melanie is having second thoughts about the engagement since I don't want to live with them. My mom is mad at my dad and they're fighting again, and I'm afraid to leave Tycho alone because he might not be there when I get back. My aunt says I'm being childish and my dad deserves to be happy. Am I the asshole? I talked to my mom and grandparents after school. I brought Tycho to my mom's place this afternoon and I'm going to take him to my grandparents tomorrow. I'm going to split time between them and my mom for a while and my grandparents said that if I go to college nearby I can live with them while I study to make sure I don't lose my dog. So I'm going to look at maybe doing 2 years at a local college and then transferring to a university later. I haven't told my dad yet, but I will after I get Tycho settled tomorrow. I already went online and made sure his chip information is up to date with all my info and my mom's as backup. Pretty sure all hell is going to break loose but honestly, I'd do almost anything to not lose my dog including just not going to college right now if that's what I have to do. He takes care of me so I have to take care of him. Not the asshole. Your dad shouldn't have given you a dog to take it away later. However, you also need to be prepared. It isn't easy to find a place to take a large dog. If your plan is to bring him with you, you need to be working and saving money. You will likely need to rent a house, or a room in a house where they let you have him, and you'll have vet bills to cover, food, etc. Not the asshole. I usually side with parents, but rehoming your dog because he can't wait 6 months to move his girlfriend into the house seems like he is choosing his girlfriend over his child, and that's a huge no-no. Melanie's son does have a right to feel safe in his own home, but that does not include forcing you to get rid of your dog. That's just not a legitimate thought to have. Maybe Melanie should have second thoughts about your dad. Am I the asshole for giving my sister a cheap gift for her wedding and not a necklace I myself own? My 23 female sister, 27 female, got married a month ago and the wedding was beautiful and clearly very costly. They had a registry, but almost everything was really expensive. Think Dyson purifier, Fornasetti candles, etc. She also had a Tiffany alphabet necklace on it. I wear the same necklace, which my husband gifted to me for our wedding last year. I didn't ask for anything and I know he saved up. Tiffany jewelry is absolutely not the regular standard for us. There was an option to give a monetary gift towards the honeymoon, so we ended up gifting $150 and I think it was more than fair. Sister brought up that she noticed I only gave a small contribution to the honeymoon. I said yes, that's the gift. She replied she expected family to be more generous and other siblings, relatives got thoughtful gifts. I could have at least gotten the Tiffany necklace since we can afford it. I told her no, we can't afford it, and we gave what we could give. It's not my fault everything on the registry was so expensive. This was at Thanksgiving, by the way. There were other people around and I guess they could see the conversation between us was getting heated. My sister said I need to stop acting so self-righteous and they can put whatever they want on their registry, and others did get the gifts, so it's just me being cheap. My stepmom overheard and said I could have given a larger monetary amount or split the cost of the necklace with someone else, and I didn't appreciate the effort put into the wedding. I didn't think I was in the wrong here, Reddit, but I'm kind of doubting myself. I guess we could have given more money considering this is family? Am I the asshole? ETA. A lot of comments asking what sister gave for my wedding. I replied to a few, but we'll edit it here. We asked for no gifts and to donate to the American Heart Association, or donate toys for a children's hospital instead. Not the asshole and who puts jewelry on a wedding gift registry. A wedding gift is supposed to be to help the couple start their married life, not to bedazzle the bride. Not the asshole. Most weddings I have been to try to have a variety of price ranges for gifts. I got one friend a cutting board for $35. Another I got them a Yeti growler for under $100. All from their registry. Others even put out just a house fund ask but said please come even if you can't contribute. It's your sister's choice to pick things she wants, but $160 isn't chump change for many of us who are trying to get by. She sounds extremely selfish and greedy. Even more so to call you out on it at Thanksgiving. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter how she should vacation with her family? Hello. My F60 daughter, 34, is married to a Spaniard, M35. He is from Spain, not Mexico. Together they gave me the gift of 2 grandchildren, M11 and D9. They live in the USA but visit Sapin and Europe frequently, about once or twice a year, usually staying at his parents' house. I wish I can be so lucky. I've only been to Europe once, during my honeymoon. I divorced from her father. Currently, I am visiting my daughter and her family for the Christmas holiday. I used my SIL computer to look something up online. I know I shouldn't have, but his laptop was right there on the coffee table and all I needed to do was a quick Google search. When I opened his computer, I was horrified to see my SIL email open to find out that he and my daughter's family had booked a vacation to a nudist resort in France with my grandchildren. I dug a little further and clicked on the website of the resort to find that there are even children featured on there as well. I guess you can say all of the images were tastefully done because none of their privates were exposed in the images, and I know that Europe is more liberal when it comes to nudity, but I can't see my grandchildren being exposed in this way. I confronted my daughter about it. She was upset that I snooped, which I admitted was wrong, but she was also arguing with me, saying that I had no right to tell her where she could take her kids on vacation. I simply tried to tell her how I was fine with her and her husband going to a place like that, though I wish I didn't know about it, but not the grandkids, and how it is inappropriate for the kids to go to such a place because they can be preyed upon. I also told her how never paraded naked around her when she was growing up and asked why she thinks it's okay to be naked in front of the kids, especially my grandson. She told me how I was being overdramatic, and how they let the kids play nude on the Spanish beaches for years with my SIL parents, thinking nothing of it, calling it holidaying European style. She also informed me it was how her husband grew up, and many families in Spain still let their kids play naked on the beach. I asked if my SIL parents were also naked when they went to the beach, and she said, yes, and again I was horrified. She told me this is why she never told me because she knew how I would react. I told her I understood they enjoy going to Europe to see SIL's family, but why can't she take a normal vacation when she goes? Then I started to tell her about the trip I took on my honeymoon, and she said tour groups are not the real Europe, that my SIL is Spanish, he is European, and that I am going to have to respect the cultural differences, and in how they are raising my grandchildren. Am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for telling my daughter how to raise her family and looking down on her European in-laws because I don't understand how everyone is not the same as I am? There, fix the title for you. You are the asshole. You are the asshole. Relax. If anything, nudists are going to be more cautious of potential predators or photographers than regular people on a regular beach. Am I the asshole for buying my siblings better gifts than my stepsiblings? My dad has been married to Joy for 2 years. She has 2 kids who are 7 male and 5 female. My siblings, 14 male and 13 female, and I 16 male live with our dad and Joy. I don't consider Joy my parent or her kids my siblings, but I'm not a jerk either, so when I went Christmas shopping I did get them gifts, but nothing like what I got my siblings. I got my sister this makeup case she's been wanting. Some decals for her Switch, and I got her some packs of Animal Crossing amiibo cards. I got my brother 3 video games he's wanted for a while, and I got him a second controller for his PS5. I work PT and I save most of my money so I could afford to do this. I got a toy for each of my stepsiblings, not even really sure what they were, but not very expensive. I was wrapping them while everyone else was out. Joy came home early and saw me wrapping them, asked where the rest of the gifts were. I said that was it, and she got mad at me because she realized her kids got way less compared to my siblings and the effort was put into my siblings more. She told me I was old enough to treat them all exactly the same and to imagine how it would feel for her kids to think I don't love them the same. She complained to my dad when he got home and he asked me about it. I told him her kids don't mean the same to me as my siblings, so I got them something to be nice versus actually wanting to and trying to be their big brother. Dad spoke to Joy after me and she was annoyed that I didn't see them all as equally my siblings. She questioned me on who else I bought gifts for and I told her it was none of her business. She told me I live in her house, she's the mom of the house, etc. I told her I don't have a mom and that she's not my mom and I don't owe her the information about who I spend my money on gifts for. Things are now so tense. It's been more than a week and my dad asked if I would consider spending more on Joy's kids to keep the peace. I told him I wasn't willing to do that. So Dad bought some extra gifts for me to say are from me. Joy was pissed and said I was a little asshole because I should not be getting blood family better gifts for being blood when we're all equally one family. Am I the asshole? And for people who will ask or suggest going to my mom's. I literally don't have one. My siblings and I were born to a surrogate for Dad to be our sole parent. He became a single parent to 3. The surrogate has no legal rights to us. So no mom. Not the asshole. Your dad chose to be a single parent, so he needs to take responsibility for his decision. After 16 years, he cannot suddenly force a mother and new siblings onto you. Not the asshole. 1. You're 16 and you have limited money. A controller and a makeup set itself sounds a bit expensive. 2. They were small kids. It's not wise to give little kids expensive gifts since they may end up breaking them. 3. You're right, who you buy gifts for is no one's business since it's your money.